When purchasing a security, using limit orders as opposed to market orders can make a world of difference in your net result. When you submit a market order, your purchase is made at whatever price the market currently bears. When you submit a limit order, your purchase will be made only when the price of the security reaches the point that you have chosen. Now let me give you an example using a very boring 5% corporate bond with a 10-year maturity. This bond was issued 3 years ago, and so there are still 7 years to go before maturity. Your typical advisor, a generalist, if he deals with individual bonds at all, and that's a very big if, will purchase this bond for your account by placing a market order through a bond desk, otherwise known as a middleman. The middleman, of course, charges a fee or a markup on that bond, raising its ultimate price to you, the client. At the end, let's say you wind up purchasing the bond for its original price of $1,000. You'll get 5% or $50 per year for the next 7 years, and then the bond will mature and you'll get your $1,000 back, assuming there are no defaults. You've earned a 5% yield on your investment over 7 years. Not a bad deal in today's environment, right? Well, now let's take a look at how the fixed income specialist handled the same purchase. The fixed income specialist does not use a bond desk or a middleman because the specialist will have a Bloomberg terminal on site, allowing for communication directly between buyers and sellers of these securities. This terminal is an expensive proposition, which is why only specialists would go to the significant cost and dedication to have one. Next, the fixed income specialist understands the intrinsic value of that corporate bond along with the movement in its market value and is savvy enough to pick a reasonable price at which to buy the bond. The specialist now places a limit order, which will execute only if the bond reaches that price. The end result is that the bond, in this case, may be purchased for the client at $900. Having invested the $900, the client is still receiving $50 per year from this bond, which equates to a 5.55% yield over the next 7 years. But then at maturity, the client will receive the par value of the bond, or $1,000, adding to that yield. That extra $100 at maturity has now raised the yield over that 7 years to 7.14%. All this from a boring 5% corporate bond. I hope this gives you some insight as to the differences between a generalist and a specialist, and more specifically, the difference that limit orders can make in your portfolio. For questions on this or a related topic, please call us at 954-281-5292 and have a great day.